Good evening, Facebook, and happy Friday to you all. This is Mike George here, coming at you live from just my embarrassingly messy apartment here in Montreal, Quebec, which is in the great nation up north of Canada. And yeah, right now, just kind of chilling out on a Friday night. Last week was quite a bit of traveling involved. Last week, I was in Tucson, Arizona for work at the CIADI Transmission Conference. So that was a really fun event in Tucson, Arizona last week. Frankly, it was exhausting. You're kind of running around, running things during work, and then sort of off, kind of even off the clock, you're just kind of schmoozing with clients and business partners and everything. Yeah, it's kind of the typical sort of work travel deal. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was Tucson, Arizona. Got to get a little bit of a tease. Got to get a little bit of a tease of some slightly warmer weather, which is always nice. Right now in Montreal, it is about minus 15 degrees, Celsius. I understand the Americans use Fahrenheit, so that's probably 0 degrees Fahrenheit, I believe, around 0 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, nonetheless a compelling temperature. So anyways, just in my apartment right now. Oh gosh, this is I'm gonna play Facebook Weatherman here. This is kind of funny. I feel like I'm a weatherman on Facebook. So partly cloudy on Facebook here. I have a sponsored ad. That's showing up on this Facebook Live video, which technically means I think I get some sort of royalty bonus for that. I believe for if I get a decent amount of viewership thanks to you guys, the two people online. Hi, Amy. Nice to see you, Amy. Merry. This is around the time. Since say Merry Christmas. This is around the time. Yeah, shoot. This is like December. This is like around the time I should be seeing y'all. I need to figure out my plans and stuff this Christmas. Actually, I'm gonna see my dear Aunt Gail down in Naples, Florida for Christmas. That's my travel plans. But I need to figure out when to come down to Ohio. I need to cruise through Pittsburgh and Columbus and come see the Ohio Valley and get my soul rejuvenated a little bit and get some good Chinese food in the process. So, anywho. Happy Friday to you guys. Feel free to leave some comments and let me know what you guys are up to. But yeah, I was just saying, like, I'm just chilling at home in my apartment, just gonna take it easy like us gals need to do sometimes. And sometimes us gals just have to have a Friday night alone at home with a bottle of wine and maybe even a joint or two on the porch, or inside their apartment. Wink. So yeah. Anyways, Nicole Cook. Hello, Nicole. Thank you. This is Nicole Cook from Steubenville, everybody. Nicole was our first commenter on tonight's post, so welcome, Nicole. Tell us how you're doing. I just saw you're having a little shindig soon, your annual holiday shindig. I'm really excited about that. Thank you for thinking of me. I fucking love your parties, but that's a whole other. We'll have that conversation offline, gal. But oh gosh, shoot, what was I even talking about? Anyways, in Facebook land tonight, let's scroll through Facebook. Actually, let's just kind of have a look-see here. This is going to be a little bit circular in nature, I understand, because you're on Facebook seeing me, but now you're going to be on Facebook. Oh my God, I'm seeing my own Facebook Live. Oh, that would fuck everything up if I actually. Oh, what if I do this? Okay, this is gonna be weird. I'm gonna try to play my own Facebook Live video through the speaker, through the projector, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna kind of do this cool little experiment since I have this here. Now I understand there's a little bit of a delay here associated with the latency of the of the Facebook. Okay. Count that up there. That was probably what, like a let's see. Let's say 5 second latency there between the time where I walked over to the projector and I saw my face for the first time on this screen behind me, between the point where I just acknowledged that. So for you time travelers trying to keep track of all this here, there's about a 8-second cycle here that we're dealing with. So when you consider your phase angle and everything for your flux capacitor on your time machine, you just got to make sure to keep the 8 seconds. It'll be something around 8 seconds, I think. We'll get the accountants together with the engineers and figure the exact number and everything when we got a little bit more time on our hands. So, anyways, Facebook Live, hello. Just in Montreal right now. I just kind of want to give an update. It's holiday season when y'all are thinking about your loved ones and everything. And just, as I was saying, I'm going to have the pleasure of being down in Florida this coming Christmas, this coming Christmas to see my lovely Aunt Gail. And really, I feel like I don't think I had a chance to see her. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see her last year, so this would be nice. It's certainly overdue. And oh my goodness, we just I feel again the holidays are nice because depending on who you see, it can be very soul nourishing. And I'm the type of person, I don't spend enough time with my loved ones, and it's nice to have the soul nourishment sometimes. So and we just gotta be there for each other. We're family, and I'm guilty of not being very good at that sometimes. Anyways, aside from that, trying to think of what else interesting has been going on. I've been playing the game Fallout 76. Actually, I have a lot of opinions on that. For those of you on the broadcast here that might be interested in kind of the video game genre, Fallout 76 is basically a role-playing game. It's part of the whole Fallout series, and this particular one involves some multiplayer, kind of some massively online multiplayer role-playing elements. And I'm down with the RPG stuff. I'm a big RPG fan myself, but it's sort of I don't know that when I'm just so used to doing RPG solo. It's kind of the whole like only child thing going on. I'm so used to kind of being in my own little closed space where I can interact with a closed environment. Kind of create my own little fantasy world in this RPG video game type of infrastructure. And when you take that away, and you start introducing other people into this whole element. Now I have to be social again, and and that I have to admit that takes away a little bit from some of the, at least for me personally, some of the element of just kind of sort of disconnecting from the world into a good video game. It's almost like reading a good book, But I guess you could kind of debate the value of reading a good book versus incorporating a social element like you would in a book club or something. But anyways, let's do a check of Facebook land. Oh God, I still have my own Facebook Live thing in the background that I'm like sort of cycling in, which whoa, it's so crazy. Anywho, God, I have to like get off of that screen for a moment. I'm surprised my computer's not like fucking freaking out or something. Anyways, let's see what else is going on in Facebook land. We're gonna do a check of the statuses here. A check of the real-time status here on my regular news feed. I think this is okay. All right, we have a RuPaul's Drag Race holiday special here. This is probably something in Columbus that I'm unaware of, but this is a nice little glimpse into what's going on in Ohio land, and that makes me really happy. And I'm probably missing something similar going on in Montreal if there's something, if there is something just in general RuPaul related going on. Of course, I'm like two seasons behind in that. So, anyways, that's a whole nother depending on your input through the comment section, we can go through a whole rabbit hole down RuPaul's Drag Race if you want to. That's why I need your help, the viewer of Facebook Live, of this sort of wandering, drifting Facebook Live post here, to sort of weigh in on what we should talk about tonight. It's a Friday night. Maybe some of you guys are at home just sort of having a wine, a drink, a beer, or a bowl. A bowl of rice, of course, because I order Chinese a lot on Friday nights. So, anyways, what do you all think? We have Brittany on. Brittany's coming to us from Ohio. I believe you're in Southwest Ohio nowadays. I forget. Shoot, I'm bad with my. It's sad how sometimes you can lose your native geography skills, like when you leave a place for a while. But I still maintain good familiarity with most places in Ohio. Actually, most towns and everything. So I'm really. I'm trying to think if you're not in Blanchester, though. I know you're from Blanchester, but I'm trying to remember where you're on now. You have to let me know in the comments section, darling. So come on, interact with me a little bit. Otherwise, this is just a pointless monologue. That it's just more of the Facebook void that I'm screaming into already. Except I won't be doing it with my keyboard. I'll just be doing it with my voice. And my phone. Wilmington, okay. Wilmington. You know what? We're gonna pull up Wilmington, Ohio on our map here. Actually, we're gonna go into Google Maps, and we're gonna check out Wilmington, Ohio, because I'm sure there's a lot of viewers on here who have no idea where Wilmington, Ohio is. I happen to know where Wilmington, Ohio is, of course, because because thank you, Brittany, you've educated me on a little bit about Wilmington, Ohio. So I'm gonna pull it up on Google Maps. Um, I don't know if I'm technically allowed to talk about Google through Facebook. You know, I don't know if there's a cross corporate type of rivalry there or some sort of copyright infringement I'm sort of just vicariously walking into or whatever. And yes, I mean vicariously because we do live Facebook vicariously. I know, as little as we want to admit that. All right, I'm pulling up Ohio. All right, let's just get a sense of scope here for what we're talking about. Just a lot of viewers aren't even familiar with this part of North America, so this is Google Maps here. I'm just pulling it up here. I think you guys can see it. Now I sort of I've taken away the political borders because nowadays everybody gets all flustered about borders and walls and shit. So I wanted to take all the biases away and just show you just what America looks like. What the great land of America looks like without human intervention. Or at least without extra human intervention. So, anyways, here's a little bit of what we're talking about here. We're sort of looking at the Great Lakes here, the Great Lakes of North America, which of course happens to be, I think, presently the largest body of fresh water that still exists in the world. Perhaps, maybe it's the second. I don't know, depending on how well we treat our lake, or how well other places like China, Russia, and other owners of vast lakes treat their water. Nonetheless, side topic. So back to the Great Lakes here. So when we sort of look at the Great Lakes here, we have it's hard to do this when you're a weatherman, I imagine. Okay, so like Ohio's here. Yes, Ohio is right there. Yes, there. And then we have Montreal's up here. That's kind of where we are. That's where I'm at right now, and maybe some of you guys are a little closer into Montreal. So we're Ohio in general is about in the north, southwestern direction with respect to Montreal. So that's kind of where we are. So Wilmington is on the southwest part of Ohio. So we're going to be going in general on the southwest part of the map here. I'm going to just kind of point here, give you guys a little preview of where we're going. So yeah, right there. So I'm gonna, man, I wish I had a lovely assistant here to actually like navigate this map for me. But I have to do it manually. I guess I do have a handheld mouse I can try to use, but we're gonna zoom into, I think it's around Cincinnati if I remember correctly. I mean, it's like between, yeah, here's Blanchester. That's, oh yeah, Wilmington, of course. Wilmington's right there. All right, so actually I gotta turn the camera around. Maybe this is a little bit easier if I do this. Oh gosh, there's too many new features on Facebook interfaces. Okay, here we go. All right, so anyways, just to kind of show you guys what we're talking about. Yeah, here we go. Oh, look at that. All right, we're gonna zoom in here to Wilmington, Ohio. This is, by the way, where Brittany is joining us from, just for those of you who are now joining. Oh gosh, where is this? There we go. Ah, there we go, Wilmington, Ohio. And maybe there's some new Facebook feature that'll let me go on Facebook and like ping your location in case you're like, I want to see like what stalker features are with these geolocation features. This will be fun. Anyways, all right. Well, here's Wilmington, Ohio. It's just a cute little town in Ohio. And when we superimpose that, or actually when we just show, this is a bad map here, but try to find a better one with actual lines drawn out. I thought it'd be better at this. Anyways, that's a little bit of Ohio, y'all, and that was in particular Wilmington, Ohio. And it's funny, Brittany. There's a few friends of mine that are associated with Wilmington, Ohio. So I'm actually somebody that I know. I know some political leaders in Wilmington. That's Washington Courthouse. I'm sorry, where am I? The wrong W here. Wilmington. There we go. Just down Route 22. It's so funny. Wow, Wilmington is right on US 22. So actually, when you follow US 22, that is a federal, I should say a US, it's a US route. So anyways, actually 22 actually also goes through Steubenville, Ohio, which is my hometown, Brittany. So like that's funny. Route 22 kind of connects two places that we hold very dear in our heart. And so actually sort of like to just to kind of have fun with this, I'm going to go like zoom into Wilmington, Ohio and just show what it looks like, the boots on the ground here. So when we look at Wilmington, Ohio, I think this is, essentially downtown. We're along State Route 3 here. State Route 3 probably intersects with, I lost where we were, guys. I have to zoom back out.
Feel free to help me. This gonna be like we can like pretend like we're lost on a road trip and that we have to ask for directions and shit. All right, here's Route 22. It's East Main Street, yes, which is this street that we're on. And look, guys, this is Main Street in Wilmington, Ohio, and right now they're showing the Haddon Sayers bands at their pre-release party. So everybody just so everybody's knowing, and this information is valid as of May 5th. Okay, so this is I don't know what year, but as of May 5th, this beautiful town is just booming with activity, and it makes me so happy to look at this. There's like storefronts, there's a couple empty ones here. We'll just kind of mosey on over, okay, guys? We're just gonna mosey on over towards. No, actually, I think we're going east. And you know what the cool thing is? If there has to be a time-lapse feature. I thought, there's a way, I'm pretty sure, that you can actually have Google like fast forward through the Street View to essentially show you a time-lapse drive from of 300 miles over like a period of like maybe 20 seconds or something. It's crazy. It's crazy. We'll have to watch that. Anyways, that's Wilmington, Ohio, everybody. So, the Avengers. Wait, Bridget, they shot some of the Avengers there in Wilmington, Ohio. Really? That's so cute. I didn't realize. Guys, Wilmington's super cute. I didn't realize, for how small. I shouldn't say how small it is. I don't know what its size is, but look at this, guys. It's so cute. It's got a little county courthouse there. That's where they send you if you go to jail and do drugs and shit. Ooh. But I mean, in case you're in that really unfortunate predicament associated with that, it's good to know that at least the courthouse that you're going to be processed through, it's cute. It's real cute, guys. So yeah, okay, so we have to follow 22 east this way. And, you follow that along enough, and essentially you'll go all the way across Ohio. And over to, oh god, that is the wrong way. We do not want to go to Kentucky, my friends. We do not want to go to Kentucky. That's a state I only have skirted through, and I have to admit it's got some cutesy charms and stuff. But Kentucky's just one of those places I just don't feel trust. I don't trust Kentucky. I don't know about y'all, but it's just me. This is just me. I'm not saying they're bad people or anything, but girl, I don't trust them sometimes. And I think some people, I don't know, maybe, I'm sure it's full of good people. You just gotta know where in Kentucky you're talking about, I think that's probably key. Just like much of America these days. Much like America these days. Ah, yes, here's Steubenville, Ohio, everybody, and Route 22 kind of goes around the center of the city. It doesn't really go into the city like you'd sort of expect, but instead, Route 43 does that for us. This is State Route 43, sort of entering the city of Steubenville. And it's funny, I've become very intimate with the geography of Steubenville lately, just from doing this recreation of. Oh my god, I can't do this song right now, guys. I need to do something better. This is too much. There we go. That's much better. Anyways, we're in downtown Steubenville still. I'm just showing this because this is where I'm from, guys. This is where I grew up, and yeah, look how cute. Oh, it looks so. Look how, you can tell it maybe at one point used to be real cute and real bustling, but and it is at certain points. You just have to look, guys. You can see trees there and buildings. Look at that, guys. That's a good shot actually of North 4th Street in Steubenville, Ohio. So we have some remnants of some, what I would maybe consider skyscrapers, and I think skyscrapers are 12-story plus, and I know this is 12 stories. I know that. So this is a little bit of, oh guys, and this is Hunan's. This is one of my favorite restaurants to visit. Okay, I feel really bad because this is anyway Steubenville, Ohio. We're gonna go actually to another Chinese restaurant that's a staple. And actually, I'm curious what it looks like. Yeah, they remodeled it recently to do not izakaya, but shoot, the Japanese. They've converted to Japanese, but more of a, I shouldn't say Japanese because they do multi-Asian multi-Asian food. I'm like totally butchering the description of this place, and I'm gonna get hell for it. Yes, the China Garden. I grew up knowing it as China Gourmet, but this is a little. This is almost like a shameless plug, just of this is a beautiful Sesame Grill. I'm sorry, Sesame Grill. It is now a Sesame Grill. I grew up knowing it as the China Gourmet, but yes, hibachi. That's what I'm trying to think of. Hibachi, and they have Chinese as well, but hibachi, which is interesting that places have started incorporating like Chinese and Japanese flavors together. I've seen that more and more often, but well, whatever. Anyway, that's Steubenville, Ohio, everybody. So, who else do we have online? So they used Wilmington and downtown Columbus. Louisville isn't bad. Oh, yeah, okay. You know what? You're probably right, Bridget. I think you're right. I think Louisville. That's the one.
That's the one place I think I've been to in Kentucky, and it was actually kind of a delight. So I shouldn't just write off all of Kentucky, which it's funny because I accuse people of doing that all the time, just in general of like a lot of the what they call flyover states. Anyways, I think I'm tired, guys. I just sort of ranted for a bit, and I just wanted to kind of fill you guys on my life. Happy holidays to you guys. I'm gonna try to do maybe some more Facebook Live posts just to kind of beckon the holidays with some good cheer and some banter, as is necessary at times like this when we're reflecting and sort of carrying on with our loved ones. So anyways, nice seeing you guys. Thank you guys for watching and participating, and guys enjoy hopefully what will be some good snowy weather in the next few months. Take care, all.